So starting with today's webinar, we will be going over the templates overview. Now, when I say templates, these are like the offer letters or the academic templates or accounts templates like invoices or receipts. Now, I will be going over all of these in brief during this webinar, okay? Now, these templates are normally the standard form of documenting a certain information that you are communicating to your students or to your agents. Okay. Now, as part of the few agendas of today's webinar, we will be firstly talking about some roles that these templates play and some benefits that these templates provide to your business. Okay. And then once that is done, we will also go over all the templates that are available in the system. And then we will also go through the process of how the template updates will look like, what the estimations are based on, and what the timelines for the template updates look like. Okay. So starting with the very first point on our agenda today. Firstly, we will go over the roles and benefits. Now, these templates kind of standardize how you present information to your students, okay, documentations. Now, for example, you're providing offer letters to your students where you'll be communicating the course details, how their study structure may look like, what the terms and conditions are, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, with a certain template, it helps generalize the information, how you are communicating them to your students. Now, when implemented correctly, promptly, these templates also work as identifying your college or your institute to the public. It works kind of like a branding. Further, with all the college informations, for example, the college details, locations, email address, phone numbers, so on and so forth, when they are correctly promptly implemented in the system, it also helps to streamline the communication in a sense that your students and agents will be able to reach out to you easily through these information. Okay. Now, last point I would like to bring up here, not as in benefit exactly, but these templates also, mostly academic templates, also pose few compliance and accuracy concerns that the providers need to meet when it is implemented in the system. Okay, for example, a few logos like NRT logos or AQF logos that are not to be there in the SOAs or RORs, we normally try to provide all these informations to our clients as well. But yeah, just putting it out there in today's session. Moving forward, I will go through the process of what the template update looks like after the initial implementation is done. So initially, when we receive requests for template updates, we have seen many of our clients asking what the process is or how much the cost or the timeline will look like. Okay. Now, we encourage our clients to provide all the requirements for the updates that are to be made at the very first go. For example, if there is signature updates to be made, or if there are logic updates to be made in any of the templates, then we encourage our clients to provide all the details so that it will enable us to have better understanding of all your requirements. Okay. Now, if you don't have the Word version of the templates that are currently implemented in your system, then you may request us. Then we can provide the Word version of these templates, and then you can add perhaps the comments or make necessary modifications to that Word document and provide it to us. Now, this will also make it easier for our design and development team to understand the requirements better. Okay. Now, once the requirements are finalized from your end, we will proceed with the analysis and then estimation of the actual task. Once we have all the estimations from our internal team, we will provide you with a documented like a brief, which will contain say all the updates that are to be made in the task, the overall scope of the task, the estimated timeline and cost, also the terms and conditions of these of the template update task. Okay, once the brief at this stage, if you have any questions or concerns regarding the brief, if you feel that any of your requirements haven't been considered, then you may feel free to provide that feedback to us, and then we can revise the brief for you and provide it back to you for approval. Okay, now once the brief are approved, we also provide it back to our finance team to raise a formal invoice for payments. Now, it may differ for those of our clients who already have direct debit set up, and then those who do not. For those who have direct debit, it will directly come back to the support team to take further action on the task. Otherwise, our finance team normally wait for the payment to be received, and then we proceed with the task further. Okay, now once the ticket comes back to us from our finance team, we proceed with the design update if where required or where relevant. Now, after the design is updated, we provide you with the updated design samples for approval. At this point, if you have any additional concerns or additional tiny updates to be made, then we can still accommodate them at this stage. Now, once the design samples are approved, we further make the necessary changes via the development perspective by assigning it to our relevant development team. Now, also at this stage, once the development is done, how the testing is taken is different to clients who already have their own test sites and then the clients who do not. Okay. Now, for example, a few of the clients may already have their own test site. Now, in such cases, we deploy the updated templates to their test site first. And then once we test, we also ask you to test the updated templates on your own test site. Now, only once we have received approval that the updated templates are all good, only then we proceed with the deployment on your live site. Okay, now for clients who do not have their own test site, we test the templates on our internal test site first. So the testing, we also provide in some cases test documentations, and if it is only smaller changes, then we will provide you with the generated updated templates or the updated screenshots for you to review. Okay, so this is how the template update process looks like. Now, we've also seen a few of our clients coming to us with template update requests where you would like us to deploy the updated templates within a week, within a few days. Now, we encourage our clients to leave a few weeks gap there, provide us the updated templates or the request a few weeks prior. Now, we understand in some cases it may be urgent, in which cases we can prioritize at our end, but normally it takes a few weeks for the template update to go through the entire process and then finally get deployed on your live site. Now, moving on, I will also be showing you what all the templates are available in the system. Now, while I'm doing so, I will also log into the platform and then go through every pages and what icons, what steps are necessary to generate or preview these templates from the system. Okay, so these are what you currently see in the slide are all the templates that are currently available in the system. Now, starting off with offer letter template, which is, I believe, one of the most widely used templates and one of the most important ones to all our clients. Okay, now I'm logged into one of our test platforms where I will be showing you where these offer letters are generated from. Okay, now the very first place is this offers manage page, where once the applications are filled by your student, agent, or say even the staffs, so all the completed applications land on this offers manage page as offers. Okay, something like this. Now, for the offer letters, this particular icon, the very first one that says preview, you'll be able to preview the offer letter through this icon. Okay, now if I check this. This is this is what the offer letter may look like. Okay. Now, if everything is good in the offer letter, then you may proceed to approve the offer letter. Now, once this offer letter is approved, these list of icons will be available. Okay. This one, you'll see it will say download offer letter. Now, using this icon, you'll be able to download the actual offer letter PDF version for your students. Okay. Now, after you've already downloaded or approved and downloaded the offer letter, if you feel any updates are to be made, any modifications are required, then you can further make the modifications via the view or edit application. And then once the modifications are made, you will need to reapprove the offer letter before downloading. Okay, you'll see that initially when the offer letter is not downloaded, this icon will say approve the offer letter. Once it is approved, then it will look something like this, reapprove. Okay, so apart from offers page, you'll also be able to generate or download the offer letter from the students page. Now I will be going to one of the test students. Now, this may be required in cases where current students are also applying for additional courses after their initial course completion, or cases where once the offer has already been converted into a student, you might need to make some changes and revise the offer letter for them. Now, in such cases, you'll be able to download new offer letters from here. Okay, from student and course page, you'll be able to see the same list of icons in this page as well. Preview offer letter, approve or reapprove offer letter, and then download offer letter. Okay, now same thing as you did in the offers page, you'll be able to do from this page as well. Okay, now moving forward, now, I would also like to go through the few academic templates that are available in the system. Now, for these academic templates to preview or generate, you will need to go to student profile summary and then results page. Now, from this results page, how you generate certificates for ELICOS courses and non-ELICOS courses may be a little different. Okay, now in my slides, I've included non-ELICOS courses and WET course academic templates as an example, and then another slide I've included as ELICOS course only. Okay. Now, for non-ELICOS, starting with non-ELICOS, you'll be able to see this action icon on your top right-hand side that will say WET certificate. Now, if you click on this, it will further have a list of, radio buttons for the different academic templates that are currently available. Now, for WET courses, these are the ones that are mostly, ideally available on your platform, unless some clients may have additionally customized templates as well. For example, completion letter, or then SOA templates, different kind of versions or designs of SOA templates that will appear as additional radio buttons now. Okay, now for certificate template, for example, I can click on preview option to preview the certificate template, and if everything looks good, you can then proceed to generate that certificate to the PDF. Okay, now this button will help you generate that same certificate in the PDF. Now for ELICOS courses, however, I'm selecting, so from the course drop down, now I'm selecting one ELICOS course, which is GE, I think one of the most widely used ELICOS courses from all of our clients. Now, how you generate the certificate or academic template for ELICOS courses vary from WET templates. Okay, now for WET, you will be generating a course certificate which will say list all the units that the student has completed under that particular course. Now for ELICOS course, however, ideally the certificates are to be generated for each level or after the completion of each level. Now, for example, I've enrolled the student in General English Advanced, after the completion of which you'll be generating certificate for Advanced, and then the student will move on to elementary, intermediate, pre-intermediate, and so on. Okay, now Now, if I click on this generate Elicos icon, this blue one over here, then it will open up this new pop-up. Okay, here whatever assessments that you have set up for that particular Elicos level will all appear here, where you are manually able to specify the marks and outcomes for each assessment. Okay, also the final marks, final outcome, once you specify all of these, if you click on generate certificate, it will further extend this pop-up with additional details such as study duration, level of achievement, which are all modifiable or editable. Okay, now these by default will already populate the information based on these study periods, um, level started on, finished on, all of these by default. Okay, now you are able to modify them, for example, intermediate, upper intermediate, so on, level started on, finished on, and so on. And then you can proceed to preview or generate the certificate similar to how you did for vet. I'm just for now previewing the certificate just to show you as an example of how these are generated. Now, apart from the level certificate for Elicos, there are also instances or say few cases where clients may also choose to provide to their students a course certificate for Elicos, kind of like listing all the levels that the student has completed under the course with their study duration, so on and so forth. Okay, now in those instances only, this icon that you see on the top right hand side which says Elicos certificate, now this will populate that customized additional certificate. If nothing has been customized for this yet, then this preview or issue certificate will populate the same certificate that you did from here. Okay, basically, so ideally it will be the same unless customized for few clients. Now, moving on to, I would also like to show you, so these are what I just showed you now are how you can generate certificate for individual students. Okay, now there is also a page in the system, the bulk generate page, where you can generate the certificates for the students in bulk. Now I have okay, so this is the page that I've included in the slide as well, but I'll show you in the system as well how you can generate these certificates. Okay, so on this page, now under compliance, you'll be able to see one option that says generate bulk certificate. Now here you'll be able to, filter the students based on course type, course, say for example, status, if you wanna generate for only completed students, so on and so forth. You can also filter based on the student course start date or finish date. Okay, now here, just as an example, I will be putting this date range 2022 to 2024. And then you'll be able to see this list of students that will be available based on all the selections that I've made in these filters. Okay. Now, one thing that is different for the generate bulk certificate page from the individual student certificate page is that from this page, you will only be able to generate the certificates for students who already have USI recorded for them. Okay, from individual page also, if you try to generate certificate for students without USI, the system will still give you a warning message. Okay, but then you can still override that warning message and continue to generate the certificates from individual page. However, for bulk page, in order to avoid any potential data entry or any potential issues, this has been, the other options will be grayed out for students without USI. As you can see, for one of this test student, you'll be able to see the USI is recorded on the right hand side, right? So this one I'm able to tick or untick. But for any other students, you will see that the tick box is disabled or is grayed out. So for these students, you won't be able to generate from this page. Now I can tick or untick these students, and then I can go here to preview the certificate. Okay, now this will open up a new window where again you will be able to select certificate SOA, basically all the academic templates that are implemented on your system. Now I click this, and then if I go to generate certificate, then again you will be able to select the select the template that you want to generate and then continue to generate the PDF from here. Okay.
ठीक है, वो भी एक ही यूनिट है और
Now moving on to the next slide, where I will be going through all the accounts templates that are available in the system. Now, most of these accounts templates you'll be able to generate from this single page, which is the student profile summary page. Now I will also go over, say, if I go to account student payment, and then I'm gonna check for one of the test students. So say for example, I'm now in the student payment summary page. Okay. Now all the invoices that you have created, or once the invoices are marked as paid, those will appear as, paid payment list in the grid below. Now from these action icons, you'll be able to generate either student invoice, agent invoice, and then from here, you'll be able to generate student and agent receipts. Okay. So these are all the icons. Now from this top right hand side, where you'll be able to see generate SOA, and then from this icon you'll be able to generate the payment schedule invoice. Now one difference which may confuse a few of our clients is, so this for example generate schedule invoice. Okay, now this will generate the invoice for this particular payment only, for example for this $100. Okay, now if I generate this one, you'll be able to see the invoice may look something like this unless it is customized differently for your specific platform. Okay, now from this, if I generate this invoice, then these two that I have created as different invoices, you'll kind of be able to see a summary or the sum of all the invoices that you have created so far for that particular student and course, something like this. So say $100, $500 with due 26/9 and 110. You'll be able to see these records from this. Okay, now one more page where you can generate additional invoices and receipts would be the miscellaneous payment page. Now this is only specific to the miscellaneous invoices that you have created in the system. For example, late payment fee or assessment resubmission fee, so on and so forth, whatever you may be charging to the student. Okay, now from this these icons, generate invoice and then generate receipt, you'll be able to generate similarly how you did to the tuition fee invoices. Okay, now after this, I would also like to go to how you can generate the invoices from the bulk page in the system, similar to how I showed you for the academic templates bulk page. Okay, now under accounts, you'll be able to see this option that will say generate invoice. Now from this page, say for example, I specify the date range as 2022 to 2024. You'll be able to select whether you want to generate invoices for tuition fee or miscellaneous fee. And then based on all these selections, you'll be able to see all the students that will be available. Okay, now for each of the record, you'll be able to see tick boxes on your left hand side that you can tick or untick. Now, say for example, if I take this particular record, student ID this, invoice number this, then you'll be able to generate student invoice or the agent invoice from this page. Okay. However, one question that we've seen many of our clients have asked are, what happens if we click all and then try to generate? Now this doesn't enable the user to generate all the invoices at once. The system will only generate one PDF at a time. Okay, now this selection of all the students is mostly for the email purpose, where you can email the students the latest invoice that has been generated for them. Now, after the accounts templates, I would like to go to the attendance templates that are available in the system. So these are the two that you see on my screen are the two attendance templates that are currently available in the system. So these templates, many of our clients may or may not be using currently, but I'd just like to spend a minute on this. Okay. So under timetable, you'll be able to see one option that will say print attendance list. Now here you'll be able to specify again the type of course, the semester, subject, and so on and so forth that you would like to generate the invoice for. Now, say for example, this one, if I select, then I'll be able to see all the students, and then if any student has been enrolled in that class, then you'll be able to see the student list here, and then you'll be able to generate the attendance list by clicking on generate class attendance list here. Okay, now this is one of those attendance templates. Other one that I would also like to bring to everyone's attention would be the certificate of attendance. Now, I believe many of our clients may be using the letter function to send the certificate of attendance, kind of like a summary of the students' attendance history to the to their students. But we also have one already available in the system. So from the attendance summary, if I go to one of the students, you'll be able to see this action icon on the right. Okay. Now, if I click on this one, you'll be able to see the student's attendance summary or attendance history on this page. Now, from the very first drop down, that is attendance type, if I click on view total attendance percentage, now this will give you the option to generate the attendance certificate. Few of our clients may be using, but many I believe are not currently using. If you choose to, then you can use this certificate, which populates the course attendance for the student. Okay, now after this one, I would like to quickly go over the letterhead or the letter templates that are available in the system as well. Now, letter templates, all the letters that are sent out through the system all use the same letterhead that is implemented for your platform. Okay, now if I go back to that very student again, on the student profile summary page, you'll be able to see this icon that will say letter. Now, from this page, you'll only be able to see the letters that are set up under this particular report: student enrollment details by ID, first name, last name, passport, and date of birth. Now, under this letter drop down, you'll be able to select the relevant letter that you want to send to the students. And then if you scroll to the bottom, you'll be able to select from email, student or college email, and then choose to attach the file if required, and then send the emails to the students. Okay, now one more page where you can send the letters to the students would be the reports page. Now you'll see that when I initially click on reports only, the page will say generate reports. Now on your right hand side, among the action icons, you'll be able to see this letter, which will enable you to check all the letters that are set up for different reports on the system. Okay, now if I go to, say for example, student services, and then I'll just select one of the reports, and then you'll be able to see all the students in the list. Okay, now you'll be able to select what students you would like to send the letter to through the checkboxes that are available on the left. Now, say for example, I click on I want to send a letter to this particular student, and if you scroll to the very bottom, you'll be able to see all the letters that are set up under that particular report. Okay, now say for example, I click on sample letter, and then you may choose to send it to student private email only, college email, or both. And then you can also generate this letter to PDF, save this PDF in the student directory as per your requirements. These are, so that should be everything for letter templates as well. Now moving forward, um So one more would be the student ID card template that are available on the student profile summary page. Now this one again, you'll have to go to the student profile summary initially. And then once you are there, you'll simply be able to generate the student ID card from this icon that says student card. Okay, now we're nearing the end of the session. Towards the end, I would also like to cover the Commonwealth assistance, which is the CAN and then invoice notice. Now, I believe this may not be relevant to all of our clients because these templates are ideally only available to those clients who have purchased the fee help or vet fee help modules. Okay, so these may not be available. The option itself may not be available to all of our clients. Now, if I go to Now, under compliance, you'll be able to see this option, generate bulk CAN or invoice notice. Now, if I check for this, okay, now all the students that are relevant based on the selections that you have made in these search options will populate in the grid, something like this. Okay, now from here, you'll be able to, again, either preview or generate the CAN notice or the invoice notice from here. Okay, also similar to how you can, generate the certificates or invoices from the bulk page. Similarly, you'll also be able to do the same from this page as well. Just tick or untick the student on the left and then proceed to generate the PDFs from here. I believe that should be everything for today's session. Now, if you have, since we are already nearing the end of the session and we do not have much time, we won't be able to answer your questions in this webinar itself. However, you can post your questions to the chat and then we can get back to you with the response after this webinar. Now, if you have found that this webinar was helpful or may have contributed to your understanding of the templates or of the system, then you can also check our YouTube channel where we have posted a few more of such webinars covering different sections of the system. Yeah, I believe that should be all. Thank you all so much for joining this webinar today, taking the time out. Now, with that, I would like to pass this over to Janice if Janice has a few words.
Yeah, now Janice is back on. Thank you, Samana. Well done. A very detailed session we have here. So that I don't see any questions posted on chat. So I assume everyone has no questions because you have explained it in very detailed form. So just backtracking, this session is being recorded and I have posted on the chat our YouTube link. So if you want to revisit this session or to check out our other sessions, please feel free to click on this link and visit our YouTube channel. Okay. Best of all, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't have to keep watching that face. Notification will be sent to you whenever we have a new update onto the channel. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel if you can, or otherwise you have the link. You just have to click going there to find out. Okay, I have a new question. All right, so if we looks like we don't have any other questions, everyone should take note of our YouTube channel link, and I greet everyone a good weekend. Thank you very much, Samana.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for joining. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.
Remember to give us a feedback when you log off. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a nice weekend.